with the goat.
You should, I think the bucket's
Hey, good morning. It's your girl Andrea. You can't tell, I just cut some more plastic off a silage pile. We're doing chores, I'm gonna do a little bit of a day in life. No idea what's gonna happen today, so stay tuned. It's real frosty today, so starting off foggy and frosty. There's Dad, finishing up feeding the fats. Hi kiddos. I will tell you, it feels good to be back home. I spent the last half a week, 4 or 5 days down in Des Moines-ish area, Iowa, down in Ames. I spoke at Iowa State University's Womeninag Leadership Conference. So I had to do the opening presentation, and then I led a workshop on branding. So that was pretty exciting. Are you actually my friend I was with, or are you somebody different? Of course, you guys aren't going to do anything fun now that I'm recording. It's definitely got some warmth to it over there. Ness, what are you eating? Hey! Come on, let's go! So, I have some bad news. Remember Oops? Mr. Oops Man passed away while I was gone in Iowa this last week. He got really sick really quick, probably just a really quick pneumonia, and it just took him down. So because he was pretty much like somewhat an immunocompromised calf, anything that was like above his grade of he could handle himself, he was gonna just be taken out. So unfortunately he passed away. He was a higher risk calf, being born from a feedlot mom and then going through what he went through. Sucks. Where you have livestock, there's always a chance to have dead stock. And this year, honestly, has just been much more of a challenging year for us than normal. But there's always good years and bad years, and we had some really good years prior to this. So I just got to keep that mindset. It sucks, but, you know, oops, man, is what it is, I guess. Moving on with the life. But we did move my 2 bottle calves out to that pen so they can be out and about. We're supposed to have some really nice weather this week, so let them kind of acclimate, get out there, fresh air, all that good stuff. You heard that they have some coughs, typical bottle calf cough. They drink too fast, they get some respiratory stuff, they're just not as well off, and also they're out of a feedlot. So they are the same type of immunocompromised situation, but they are at least out of cows, not heifers, so there's that level of difference. But it's like weirdly humid out today. I don't really know. There's a lot that I need to catch you up on. So we'll get there, but we gotta finish feeding first. I told you it was frosty this morning. Look at this hot wire. All the way. And she's gonna be done. Really? Idiots. All their icicles are gonna melt now from the heat. Look at how cute you guys are with all that fluff. Quit being rude. Hi. They look good. Oh look, some new calves along with some existing calves. So these ones are a little bit different, like those two. Those are home raised, home raised, home raised. Some more in the back. We bought some more calves. Like that one. My mom and I are gonna go deworm some goats. It's gonna be super exciting. She's pumped. Wrangling goats, and including billies, which means I'm gonna smell like a billy goat. If you know, you know. It's terrible, and if you don't, be thankful you don't. So we'll have babies in like 3 weeks, so countdown is on. We gotta finish cleaning the goat barn like I showed you. The calves are out, so now we can It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
Jordan should be fine. Yeah.
Before you're not. Little's actually half baked, so.
It's just an oil drench. Check in for mantras, which we'll talk about in a second. And pretty much everyone's getting dewormed. Hey, Dre Bug. Yuck. What did that lady do to you? Oh no. I did jitterbug and I'm doing daff right now.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
Fainted with the goat. I'm glad I got that on video. Okay, Daff, just sit still. You want to just sticking this out of her mouth? That was.
Daphne. That is funny.
See you later. All right, get your little belly out. Yep.
Worse it becomes, huh?
Jerry Bugs, are you giving them a show? Yeah. I know you're mad that I gave you dewormer. It's okay. All good. Mr. Stinky Boy himself. Gross. Yeah, you tough man. All done. Rosy cheeks and all. But we got pretty much everybody's feet trimmed as well. So if you have never seen that, you just essentially trim with the part that's growing out of like their sole. Just like you would nails. It's really easy peasy. Most of them have decent conformation, so they don't have any issues. We have a couple who their hooves like roll under a little bit just because they have poor conformation, but we're breeding better, so that's helping. We had one nanny that it was a genetic thing, so anybody related to her, they have a little bit of a touch of not correct conformation, which causes them to just walk a little bit differently on their feet, which in turn affects, hi jitters, how their toes and feet and hooves grow. So there's that, but dewormed them, checked for manchas. I will actually show you that here on jitters. Okay, so their manchas, essentially you're checking their third eyelid. So if you press here, you can see hers is a little more pale, so she does have a higher worm load. So that's what we're checking is right there. It should be bright pink if they are not good. And essentially, the barber pole worm makes them anemic, so it takes away that blood supply, which is why it's not as pink and red and gets lighter. So we deworm based on how that looks and how their health is overall. You'll never guess what time it is. Time to haul this out after a foggy night. She's wet. Good girl. Mom's getting the edge clean before it freezes. And 103, aka the cow that hates me, is helping her out. Ridiculous. Ness is on guard duty. Waiting for somebody to take one step at her. And then she's gonna do it. Okay, so the other day, yesterday actually, we ended up pulling the smaller calves out of this yard of our home raised calves and combining them with the 15 head that we purchased from my aunt and uncle. Of those 15 head, there are 3 head that are heifers that my little cousins are keeping, 1 per each kid. So we're gonna feed them and breed them for them because they don't have ease of access to that. And we're already gonna breed some heifers anyways. So there are the smaller ones out of the yard we're cleaning are now back in the barn to just make a nice group. They were struggling a little bit. I mean, not all of them, but there's just some respiratory stuff running through all these guys. And when they don't, they can't fight for a feed as well. And they get picked on a little bit. They're not excelling. They're not just doing super well. They're not thriving, essentially. They were doing fine. But now they will thrive being in there, fitting in with those calves. And then eventually they'll all go together. We'll figure all that out later on. So with Oops passing away, sad. His friend 77 is now in the barn as well with the smaller calves. So we pulled 24 out of this pen, got him, so that's 25 plus the 15. So it's right at 40. It's a good number to have in those pens. That was the method of madness of what happened yesterday. I just really didn't feel like doing a vlog, and also it was kind of just the... I feel like I have like a peopling hangover from all of the peopling I did when I was in Ames speaking. I'm an introvert naturally, so being around people, like, yes, it fills my cup, but after so long, it could just exhaust me. So that was what was up. But we're hauling the manure now, so Dad just took the first load, and then we'll probably end up doing another 5-6 loads today probably. Might as well get this edge out while we can before she freezes. We always get them playing with water right there. And then you can't get the gate out because the wheel freezes down. So that sucks. Last year was terrible. Always have a chain because calves are jerks.
You be nice to Larry, Nessa. You be nice to Larry. He's a nice boy.
Well, that's all that's left. Is it 5 loads or 4 loads?
5.
5. Not quite full 5. Every time. They're just little jerks. But hey, she's clean. Real clean. And now we're topping off this last load. It was like 4.5-ish, not even, with some of the alleyway manure that we scraped out last week. And then we're calling it quits for manure for the day.
Hey, Bubs.
Even better than last time.
What's wrong, little babies? Are you waiting? It's not time yet. It's not time for milk yet.
You should, I think buckets we should use a hay.
Yeah, I think so. You want nothing to do with us earlier when you weren't hungry. Well, we're putting everything away because it gets a little chilly at night, but that was a day in the life, really. It was feeding cows, goat wrangling, hauling manure. Pretty much what happened the entire time. And now I'm gonna go organize some stuff in the house. We don't have heat yet. Plumbing is not done. Hopefully later this week, fingers crossed. But I've been hauling in some totes and organizing stuff because we do have to keep the house warm enough, so there's heaters in the basement to help everything not be super cold. So fingers crossed. But thanks for hanging with me. If you have any questions, make sure to let me know. Otherwise, find me on other social media platforms as thatfitagvocate. But until next time, we'll see you then.